Hi, I'm Tammy Lackey, presenting my developmental learning design project with a learning task of serving the volleyball over the net successfully for 2 age groups. Introducing the learners. There are 2 groups. One group will be girls in middle to late childhood, ages 6 to 8 years old, referred to as elementary players, and ladies in early adulthood, ages 20 to 25 years old, referred to as adult players. Both groups are registered for volleyball teams in a recreational program that offers optional workshops on particular skills for different sports. There are no tryouts to be part of the team, but the league is somewhat competitive, so improving volleyball skills such as serving could increase their playing time and improve their team's chances of winning volleyball matches. By the end of the learning experience, the learners will be able to increase their belief of the benefits of serving the ball over the net successfully. 2, demonstrate the proper stance or technique used for serving a volleyball. And 3, serve the ball over the net. And 4, evaluate their strengths and challenges of serving the volleyball over the net. Using group brainstorming for elementary students and statements from adult learners, knowledge of key components of being successful in a volleyball competition and knowledge of the rules for service can be assessed. Questionnaires measuring strengths and weaknesses will assess both learners' knowledges of their strengths and weaknesses to establish a baseline of prior knowledge for both groups. There are 4 main learning activities to support the learning outcomes. Activity 1 focuses on value of the serve. Both players will track serves with the partner while watching a volleyball game. Elementary players will watch part of a video to account for their limited attention span. Adult players can also watch a video of a game or attend an actual volleyball game. Allowing an outing for adult players is particularly significant because it provides an opportunity to establish a relationship, which is important in this stage of development. Activity 2 focuses on the proper service stance technique, which is a baseline for all serves and must be well established before service begins. Both groups will use post-it notes to write questions or comments referring to parts of the serve stance or technique while viewing a video of peer models demonstrating proper serving stance techniques. Elementary players will use prescribed color-coded post-it notes to manage their intrinsic load and reduce cognitive load. Adult players will have blank color-coded post-it notes. Both groups will post the notes on a copy of a PowerPoint of the video near the area of the stance or technique that the note applies. The next phase of the activities will include players working with a partner of their choice to practice the serve stance or technique. The elementary players will practice an underhand serve stance, and the adult players will practice an overhand serve stance to accommodate for their physical development. Elementary players have limited physical power, and adult players have reached their peak in their physical performance. The players will rotate partners after a specific time period, at least 6 different times. Coaches would roam the court, observing participants, stopping to offer feedback and comments on areas of success or areas needing improvement for this task. Activity 3 will center on serving the ball over the net. It is very similar to Activity 2 in practice. As in Activity 2, learners will work with the partner and rotate with coaches offering feedback and partners offering feedback while they practice serving over the net. Young players will use a lighter ball and serve closer to the net, also using an underhand serve to account for their physical limitations. Adult players will use a regular volleyball and serve overhand because of their physical adeptness. Activity 3 differs from Activity 2 in that this activity includes a step-by-step diagram for both groups to facilitate in learning, and also both groups will participate in a fun volleyball game to help improve their serving skills and boost self-confidence, and to value and inspire teamwork. This is particularly important for elementary players to include an element of play in instructional learning because it encourages engagement and continues to boost confidence for these young learners. Activity 4 focuses on self-reflection and self-evaluation. Both players will complete a questionnaire. The elementary players will be facilitated on the questionnaire by coaches and facilitators reading questions to them to accommodate for their limited reading proficiencies at this developmental stage, and adult players will complete a similar questionnaire or survey online. These are the activities. These activities are designed to build value, self-efficacy, confidence, and self-regulatory behavior. The learning and motivational principles supported in these activities. Value is added by allowing players to keep a report of serves by watching a game, which is relevant and useful to all learners and encourages value for the task. Activities 2 and 3 draw upon 4 learning principles. The learner's attention was captured by integrating videos in both activities, which maintain the learner's attention by maximizing their working memory capacities, and also working with the partner aided in sustaining their attention. To maintain intrinsic load and reduce cognitive load, multimedia learning and instruction was included or integrating in the learning activities. Step-by-step diagram facilitated in reducing cognitive overload. Coaches and partners giving immediate, targeted, and balanced feedback increased learners' self-efficacy. Learners setting goals and monitoring their performance and being able to share what worked or did not work, and having time to make adjustments to correct and accurately complete the task of serving. Promoted self-regulatory behavior. The 4th activity enhanced learning and motivation when learners had positive expectancies for success. The learners were required to complete a summative evaluation, which gave them time to reflect and assess themselves to help them measure the player's perceived level of self-efficacy. Children aged 6 to 8 are considered to be middle and late childhood development stages. Physically, their gross motor skills are improving and they are gaining efficiency and cognitive performance and control, with improvements in controlling and maintaining attention and development of critical thinking skills. Socio-emotionally, their self-esteem and self-concept and self-efficacies are being developed, and their capacity to self-regulate is increasing. These different attributes were carefully considered when designing learning activities for this age group. Young adults aged 20 to 25 considered to be in the young adult stage of development. Their physical performance has reached its peak. Their thinking has been replaced by more realistic, pragmatic thinking. They are more reflective in their thought processes. Additionally, they value relationships, and friendships are important parts of their lives. The various characteristics mentioned were carefully considered when designing developmentally appropriate learning activities for young adults. Kirkpatrick's 4 levels of evaluations were considered in the assessment. Level 1 assessed motivation by using questionnaires to determine learner self-efficacy for engaging in a learning task in the learning and after the learning experience. Level 2, learning was assessed at the conclusion of the learning experience. They were observed demonstrating service using a rubric for underhand serve and overhand serve. Level 3 assesses transfer of new learning. Groups will meet again in 4 weeks after training. Coaches, facilitators, and players will watch actual footage of games they played in the league to observe and critique their service techniques. And level 4 assesses impact of learning experience. After 1 year, the players will return as peer models for the training workshops for the new volleyball season to demonstrate proper service techniques to new participants of similar age with enthusiasm and accuracy. This concludes my presentation.